Hello everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're going to be reacting to RWBY Volume 6, Chapter 4. So that's how it is. Last episode was a big one, incredibly long, incredibly packed full of revelations and information. And presumably this one is going to be us seeing characters' reactions to those revelations. You know, we've got a lot. See which side of the fence they fall on, whether they agree with Ozpin, whether they don't, you know. And I think it was done in a way where it's understandable as to how they feel. I'm just hoping that, you know, the way this episode's handled is done equally as well, sorry. But yeah, 13 minutes 37. Again, a little bit shorter than last time, but, you know, you can't really complain when you get an episode like that last, you know. So take it as it is, and I'm sure it'll be decent size. The second episode was a little bit shorter as well. Still good. I'm just trying to think of what else there is for me to say beforehand. No, I don't think there's anything important. I'm sure I'll think of it. But either way, let's go, shall we? I might cut the intro, I don't know.
Salem can't be killed. You all heard her too, right?
No, I heard that Ozpin can't kill her.
There was so much you hadn't told us. How could you think that was okay?
Is that Ozpin crying? Is that Oscar? That's Ozpin.
Professor? What is your plan to defeat Salem?
You.
I don't have one.
Oh, fucking hell. Christ.
No one wanted me. I was cursed. I gave my life to you because you gave me a place in this world.
Fuck.
I thought I was finally doing some good.
But you are.
Meeting you was the worst luck of my life.
Maybe you're right.
What happened?
Poor Oscar.
He's gone.
That bastard! Tell him we're not done yet!
No, this is different. He's gone. It's like he's locked himself deep inside my head. Our head.
What a fucking coward.
I hate this. I want it to stop.
He just left us?
What are we gonna do now?
Enough!
I love all these Dutch angles.
We need to get a move on. It'll be dark before we know it, and every one of you is spewing negativity.
Yeah, nice one.
There's a trail over there. Trails usually lead somewhere.
Lady, I don't know who you think you are, but
No
Yeah.
buts!
Yeah, come on.
I understand that you're upset. Honestly, I'm still coming to terms with the fact that this is humanity's second time around. But if we don't move, we die. And I'll be damned if I've lived this long just to die out here in the cold.
No, she's right.
Yeah.
Come on.
Fuck. I feel like we're going to get some serious Crow action this season. Some big character revelations and stuff. It's yours now, bud. Take it.
I'm just going to be another one of his lives, aren't I?
Of course not.
Yeah.
You're your own person.
Don't lie to him, Ruby.
Oh,
We're
fuck.
better than that.
Crow, I think Crow's probably the most invested. He thought that, you know, he was part of the inner circle, if you think about it. He thought he was the one being trusted. Holy shit, they get shipped there every time. Yeah, so it's understandable why he was pissed off. Why everyone's so weird from a distance. totally feeling Emerald redemption arc. I think it's the only character who really deserves it. Has he got a robot tail now?
Welcome back. I do hope
Oh,
you
just
missed
robot
us as much
stuff.
as we missed
Shit,
you.
isn't it? It's probably got like 4 prongs on it.
Let's go.
Speaking of which, where is our fall maiden?
She's laughing.
Emerald, come on.
Don't tell me something happened to her.
I will cut off more than just your tail.
Careful, little girl. Cinder isn't here to protect you anymore.
Back off, freak.
Oh, don't misunderstand. I am in mourning just as you. Because it appears you failed our queen. And that is a tragedy.
You'll want to speak. Yeah. Oh shit, now they're scared.
I would like you to explain to me how it is you failed so spectacularly.
We ran out of animation.
The Fauna's militia split our forces.
Stop. Let me rephrase the question. Who is responsible for your defeat?
Oh, gonna out one of them. Yeah, I feel like Hazel takes his place, doesn't he?
I take full responsibility.
But that wouldn't be fair now, would it? We all know who's truly to blame.
I don't...
Emerald,
Oh.
I want you to tell me whose fault this was.
Oh no.
Now.
Cinder! We failed because of Cinder.
That's right. I want you to understand that failure. I want you to understand why Cinder must be left to toil in her isolation until she redeems herself.
You mean...
She's alive.
You're joking. How could you know that?
Are you questioning our divine savior?
Of course not. Forgive me.
It's important not to lose sight of what drives us.
Trailer.
Love,
She certainly feels a lot
justice, reverence.
more, what's it called, powerful. Much more of a presence.
But the moment you put your desires before my own, they will be lost to you. This isn't a threat. This is simply the truth. The path to your desires is only found through me. And so we must press on. The sword under Vacuo's academy, Shade.
Ma'am. I have more to report.
Oh.
Crow and the children are taking the lamp to Atlas.
Not if I can help it.
And they're being led by Ozpin.
So soon?
He's the only man with a chance of getting through to Ironwood. If that happens...
She mad.
Leave. Your Grace, I can...
Come on.
I do like Hazel. Motivation. Shit, that's kind of honourable, I think. But does she not know Ozpin can reincarnate then? He explained it to her, didn't he? That was the thing I was thinking about. It's like the whole thing, I don't know, Volume 4 or Volume 5, where she was like, did you kill Ozpin? And they were like, yes. But...
It doesn't look like this is gonna let up.
I just want to get this stupid relic to Atlas.
Let's hope we don't have to walk all the way there.
I thought trails led somewhere.
Do you have nothing better to do than to harass a defenseless old lady?
Everyone quiet. Do you hear that?
It's the sound of a tavern sign swinging in the wind. Oh, a gate. Okay.
Well, at least one good thing happened today.
Brunswick.
It looks abandoned.
It's still better than this.
Come on, I think we could all use some rest.
Fuck. Alright, so a little bit of a different episode. It was still good. Like I say, when you follow something like that, you kind of have to, you know, deal with the fallout. And I think it was done quite well. I think Crow and Yang, and a little bit of Oscar seem to be the most kind of affected by it. Blake, I don't think Weiss or Blake really had much to say. Ruby, it seems like, you know, alright, but yeah, I think the direction of Crow being the most pissed off, you know, is completely understandable, I think, because, yeah, he's devoted his life to Ozpin almost. Or for a long time, for like fighting this war, and Ozpin doesn't even have a plan, which I think is a bit stupid, because it seems like he did have a plan, didn't he? In the first episode, I would have thought his plan was RWBY, you know? His plan was the smaller, more honest soul. And in the loophole kind of way, you know, he can't kill Salem, but somebody else can, you know? I thought that's what they were going to go for, and that was what his plan, but it seems like he, again, doesn't... He's the question when he asked, you know, how do I kill Salem, and he said you can't. That seems to be the last time he questioned it, and no more information after that. But he's still trying. It's like, what? Kind of doesn't really make that much sense. But yeah, and then he just nopes out into the back of Oscar's head. Oscar obviously, you know, just found out that his life is now bound to this guy. It's not really his own life. He's taken his life, essentially, which would be a pretty damning thing to find out. Yeah, but I like Crow. I like the direction. I did see somebody saying a lot of, like, you know, from the intro and everything, getting like Crow death flags, which I think after this episode, I'm not entirely sure whether death flags, but I feel like definitely like some warning lights, you know. Like, he seems like he's already hit the bottle hard, like, immediately afterwards, and he's just, like, cynical to the core. Yeah. For good reason, but fuck, that's heavy. Like, yeah, I feel like Salem was definitely, once again, you know, feels a lot more threatening than she did in previous volumes, I think. And maybe that's just a bit of the tone, but I don't think it has anything to do with knowing where she's from particularly. I don't think that's affected it too much, because it's nowhere near the same character that we saw in the flashbacks. You know, she's completely different now. I don't know if she's been in the Grim Pool a couple more times or what, but you know, she's a lot more kind of contaminated, so to speak. But yeah, she certainly has more of a presence, I think, and is more of a threat. Mercury and Emerald, you know, they're kind of just in it. I'm surprised that Emerald did sell out Cinder. Well, it's not really selling out easy. I suppose it's a quandary in it. If she thinks Cinder is dead, then it's like, who's to fail? Who's to blame? Cinder, you know? It's like, if you had to blame someone, she's not going to blame Merc. You know, she's not going to blame Hazel when he's like right there about to be killed. You know, that would be... I feel like she's got too much of a conscience for that, which is why I think she's probably the only character who is redeemable out of all of them. Like, I don't think Merc is up for Salem's plan, but I also don't think he's a good guy. You know, he's still a cunt, basically. But she's like kind of just a product of her circumstance, whereas the rest of them are kind of evil, at least to a certain degree, you know. But they say that, like, Hazel, we had his motivation last season where it was like, was it his sister or his daughter or something? I can't remember what it was, but like died because on a training mission for Ozpin. It's like, yeah. So like, I like him as a character, but I think that point, which is a pretty big point to be honest, but I don't really like that. What else did we get? I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah, we saw Tyrion's tale after it. He wasn't in Volume 5 at all, was he? I don't think we saw him at all.
Important.
I'm just skipping back through it. Yeah, so it's just like bits and bobs. Yang's just pissed off with the old woman. They seem to be a little bit too casual with the old woman. I mean, and it's not like there's particularly any reason for them to think like, oh, she's a silver-eyed warrior and all this. You know, like, we get hints in the intro. They don't have that. But I feel like there's... when she's got weird goggles on and she's just like taking charge and like, come on, we need to get out of here, you'd be... I think it's suspicious at least. So if we don't get them questioning her as to who she is soon, you know, perhaps that'll be a little bit strange. But yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really have much more to talk about. Like I said, it's only a 13-minute episode, but there was still a nice amount in there. Definitely looking forward to the next one. Because it's this, I think this might now be everything from the trailer, or a lot of it anyway, you know, and this is what, episode 4, so yeah, episode 4, so presumably if there's, what do they normally have in RWBY, 12, 14 episodes? I can't quite remember, but there's a lot of stuff we've not seen, you know, so it's interesting to see where it goes, and I think it's holding up as a volume, so yeah. If you've enjoyed my reaction to it, please be sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe to stay up to date with my content. I'm going to be doing these every week, like I said. But other than that, I've been Eproth, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.